The further we move on from all those yesterdays, happiness gets nearer. The light that we see closing in so fast ahead, it's hope, it's getting clearer. The more I think of all the tough times we survived, the more it makes me smile. If nothing's broken us, yeah, nothing never will. 'Cause dreams are hard to kill. And now somewhere's a place where we can build our memories. Somewhere, just hold on tight, it'll be alright. Show me the way. Show me a way to somewhere. To somewhere. Nothing from the past can hurt us anymore. We're free of what we lost. Not anything or anyone will hold us back, no matter what the cost. And I know somewhere's a place where we can build our memories. Somewhere, just hold on tight, it'll be alright. Show me the way.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So today we are just gonna do some kind of things that have needed to be done. We've been kind of putting off. We would have gotten out here earlier today, but it's kind of rained most of the day.
You wouldn't believe it because there's not a cloud in the sky, but like an hour ago it was raining.
Yeah.
It rained most of the morning.
Yeah.
We don't have our water harvesting system quite ready yet, so we were using buckets and filling them up, so
Yeah.
it was kind of a circus this morning, but we managed to save well over 100 gallons of water for the garden. We'll just use.
Yeah.
So
today we are gonna build a compost, like a two-section compost bin out of pallets. So every time I see a pallet for free, I usually try to grab it. One of the best places to get pallets is when you go to your Azure pickup site or drop site. We were able to grab 2 pallets this last time, which was great. So now we are able to build this compost bin.
So now we have 5 decent pallets.
They're not all the same size, but we're gonna make it work. Maybe we'll cut that big one down or just put that one in the middle or
something like that.
And then we have to clean the chicken coop. Not very fun, but it's part of having a homestead.
Yeah, definitely. So we grabbed just some various things. We're just going to use a drill with some screws. We're going to pound our concrete stakes on the corners of the pallets to kind of hold them from going in and out.
Because the wind we have here is pretty crazy.
And then we'll just screw the pallets together. That'll make just a quick makeshift compost. We have our little one that we've been...
Yeah, so we have just a pile that was over by the garlic that we're gonna scoop up and throw into the bin when we get that finished. So we're gonna get going.
Right on. So look at how big those slats are, even bigger. The honey on this one? We could do it after we just grab the sawzall and do it after we get it all put together.
Okay.
So we'll use this one on this side. So let's pound some of these stakes in there and screw these together real quick. stand on that back so it doesn't
Yeah.
fall. All right, so we pounded this first stake in to hold this end up, this front of it, and then all we're gonna do is throw some of these 2.5-inch screws in the back to lock it together. And by using 3 pallets, the back is gonna be really strong. So all we're worried about is the front here. So we'll just throw these in here.
Boy, it sure warmed up. It's already really strong. If there's a yellow.
Okay, let me, I guess I need to put my stake in.
They're so cool. You usually see either the really tiny babies or the giant ones. I've never seen one that size before.
Yeah.
You need to pick them up and put them in the garden.
No kidding. All right.
You got it?
Yep, just slide just this end. Put a hand on it.
Oh, that breeze feels nice. Well, that was fast.
Yeah.
Now we're still gonna cut that one so that it's level with the other ones, but yeah. And we did make sure too that these pallets were not treated with chemicals. I had researched if pallets were okay to do this. I know we see a lot of people use pallets for compost bins, but I wanted to make sure that the ones we had were gonna be okay to use. So pretty cool. I think Levi's gonna go get the Sawzall and we'll cut that off and make it look as good as it can.
Boom!
Wow, look at how nicely that's been breaking down. We need more green. Got lots of brown in there. Ooh, let me go grab my compost bin. All right, I went and grabbed my compost bin we keep in the RV, and it's got all sorts of stuff, growing stuff. Bless you. All right, project number 1 complete. Now we're gonna head over to the chicken coop, clean it out, and mow inside their little yard. All right, so we're in the chicken yard, and so a couple weeks ago actually, we were at the Habitat for Humanity restore, and I found this beauty here. And we got it for what? $25 or something like that.
They're like $150.
Yeah. And I had been talking about how I had wanted one. I almost ordered one and I was like, no. And then we just, by chance, I was like, oh, hey, let's stop.
Yeah, spur of the moment.
And so we did. And so I'm going to use it to mow inside here because we have not had very much rain. And I know we said it rained today, but that is not enough to make this clay easy to get these posts out. So
I bet we could get them out. It's to getting them back
getting
in.
them back in.
In a new spot is going to be the hard part.
So we found this, but then we also found, you want to grab it? We found this around the same time that we found our old hoe that we used in the garden. And so we have this as well. What is the name of that, Levi?
It just says True Temper on it. The stickers wore off. I'm not sure.
We got that one for $4.
$4.
But it does a great job.
Yeah, working on my golf swing.
So whatever I can't get to be cut down, because a lot of this is pretty long, Levi will try and use that. If not, we'll bring the weed eater in here.
Yeah.
We really honestly need to weed eat around the electric fence, but like we said, we can't we can't pull it out to be able to do that.
When we put the fence in, Tanya just held it up, and then I weed eated to the ground, and then she just put the fence back in the hole. And I wish we could do that now, but we just can't. So
we can't.
We'll just have to wait till the fall when we move them.
Yeah, so now we need to clean the coop, and it is a mess. You would think that a chicken was murdered in this coop. There are so many feathers. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but it's like just Crazy. But they're all doing really well. We still have all 10 chickens. They no longer make chick noises. They sound like real chickens now. And
Still no eggs.
still, well, I think we have another month or so before we'll have eggs. But I'm happy to say that 7 out of the 10 chickens roost on the roost now instead of sleeping in the nesting box.
All 10 of them in one nesting box.
All right, we're gonna get to work.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain. Beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin. Restoring everything red. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other.
So grab the other outside.
Castles out of sand, reaching for the ground. Willows alive, lose track of time, and a pattern of decline. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond dawn. A bigger scale, the world inhales. As we go. I wouldn't want it any other way. Agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond wall. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond wall.
Well, good morning. I thought since we're kind of summer is winding down that it would be a good time to do another garden tour. Today is August 20th. I think it's been about 3 weeks since our last garden tour. And again, the theme is good things and unfortunately some not so great things. So we're gonna start with the not so great things. We are dealing with a lot of pests, and currently it is flea beetles. They are covering everything, and you'll see them as I touch these leaves. They are everywhere. They have been in the garden now for probably about a week, I would say.
Yeah.
Did you say a week? We've tried spraying them with different home remedies, organic stuff, and we're just not able to get them under control. So part of what we're going to do today is we're going to get rid of some of these crops. We're calling them trap crops. And hopefully what we can do is get them out of the garden, and then we can work on getting our fall garden started once we kind of get these under control. We are also dealing with the cabbage aphids, and we will head over to this cabbage over here, and I'll show you the back side of this leaf. I don't know if the lighting is very good or not, but you can see they are everywhere. And it doesn't even look like they're bugs, but if you were to watch them long enough, you'd see them move. But we've already harvested quite a bit of our cabbage. Couple of them had split because they were ready to harvest. And so my plan is to also harvest just about all of these. We'll just kind of eat them fresh throughout the next couple of weeks. We don't have enough to really can or do anything like that, so we'll just eat them. All right, so here are potatoes. As you can see, they are kind of starting to die back. We had one that had died off completely, and we harvested it, and there were 2 potatoes, and they were delicious. But another pest is, because we can't close the side because the squash are growing out of it, a deer came the other night and it was eating our potatoes. I mean, luckily that plant was already dying off anyways. We'll probably give these a little bit longer, and maybe harvest them just as we need them. Our peppers, I am happy to say, are starting to actually look really good. We even have, blossoms on here, and I thought I saw on one of these plants somewhere that there was a little pepper growing. I don't know still how many we'll get, what kind of harvest it'll be, but using a good heavy duty fertilizer has really been helping a lot. And then over here we have some of our winter squash. You can see there's a spaghetti squash right here, and then down here there's a delicata with its big blossom still attached. And over here at this very top there's a butternut squash. Here is our watermelon, and this is actually new. We were just in here this morning watering, and I don't remember seeing those blossoms, but I don't know that we'll have enough time for watermelon, but it just looks beautiful. This is a cantaloupe, and we have little babies on there. And our okra is just getting so big, and we already have little okra on the plant. As you can see, our squash is doing really well, and lots of fruit in here needing to be harvested. We are still having some problems with things not being pollinated. This one and this one have not been, but we have gotten so much squash off of here that's honestly okay. I mean, it's just Levi and I, so there's only so much we can eat. This is a green, like, scallop patty pan squash. We haven't gotten any off of it yet, but you can see there's going to be lots of squash coming, and I'm honestly fine with it kind of being later, so that we're not getting all of it at one time. We'll kind of come over here really quickly because I'd like to show you how here we are on turnips, and the flea beetles are just terrible. This is probably something else we're gonna pull and just get rid of. Here is a Paquito squash. This needed to be harvested probably yesterday. We'll find something good to make out of that. It's a hungry bee.
Yeah.
We have, here's one eggplant that's getting kind of crowded, and another. Again, I'm not sure we're gonna get any. They just finally took off. Again, I'm okay with that. This year was really a learning experience for Levi and I. A lot of failures, a lot of them. But the tomatillos is not one of them. This is 2 plants, and there are tomatillos everywhere. It's doing quite well. We did have a branch that broke off down here and some splitting, so we kind of staked it up to hopefully keep it from breaking any further.
We should have put a cage around it when we
should
had the
have.
shot. But...
The problem is our tomato cages are a little bit big, and I'm not sure we would have been able to get them in. But we'll try next year and see how it goes. Here's our ground cherries, and we've already eaten a couple. We have a few that are about ready to fall off.
Oh, there's one on the ground right there, but it doesn't look ready.
Where? Oh, yeah. No, that one's not ready. We've also been having problems where when we open them up, there's earwigs inside of there. So it's always a little like, what you gonna get? Yeah, okay. That one's clear. You can have it. Sour?
But it's good. Oh, love those.
In our Cape gooseberries, doing great. I had gotten a little concerned because I wasn't sure if, store-bought saved seeds would grow when it came to gooseberries. So I did research it, and they actually definitely can. They just have a really long grow time. So I think it's like 130 days or something like that. So we're gonna maybe get gooseberries this year, and if we don't, that's all right. It seems like the flea beetles don't like the lacinato kale,
which is the best.
Which is great. We really enjoy this kind. Very little damage on those. We're still getting lots of blossoms on our tomatoes. Our zinnias are starting to bloom. And some of our sunflowers are close. We have one really beautiful one that we're going to show you here soon. This one is getting close, and you can see there's a katydid.
Multiple.
Inside there. Oh yeah, there's a few of them. Oh gosh. So I had never even, I had to look up what this bug was. I wasn't sure. And they do prefer flowers. I haven't noticed any major damage to the flowers, so I'm okay leaving them in here. Oh yeah, our hanging baskets. Little extra water and some fertilizer has really made them bounce back.
Home Depot clearance baskets.
Yeah. More okra is doing well.
Black-eyed Susans, which we want to plant out. That's why they're still in a pot.
Yeah. So here we have some more squash and melons, cucumbers, all sorts of stuff. This is our acorn squash. It's just starting to get some blossoms down at the bottom. Here is our Kajari melon, and it is doing really well. There are so many little melons all over. They're just everywhere. And as you can see, everything is growing.
Oh yeah.
Beyond the trellis.
Good thing we put the strong trellis in.
Yeah. We have some of the Thai purple potted long beans. Lots of bug damage, earwigs, And the earwig traps actually have been working really well. We've been moving them around. Once we start to see it slowing down in one spot, we'll move them to another. We really honestly need to kind of replenish the little mixture and put some more out here. Our cucumbers are definitely doing well, and we have some beautiful ones that need to be picked.
That's for sure.
Yeah. There's not a shortage. They're just everywhere in here.
I've been having a problem with
The curling.
but they taste really, really good.
Yeah. And our butternut squash is running out of trellis, so I'm working on getting it to come back down, and we'll trail it into the bed. This cucumber is just taking over, but here is that beautiful
The
sunflower.
gem of the garden.
And it has a beautiful little bumblebee in there.
Look at that thing. This sunflower has
So
like
many.
10 or more.
I would say there's more. This is called Evening Sun, and this is definitely one that I will grow every time we have our garden. So over here, our beets are finally doing super well. I am going to be harvesting some soon and make some beet soup or borscht. And our carrots are doing so much better. And then the beautiful snapdragons over here being smothered by the dill. So in my previous videos, I mentioned about this mammoth red rock cabbage, and it still has not headed up. It is just barely doing anything. Loose heads, and I'm probably going to just pull these, and we're gonna start a whole new set of cabbage. We've been harvesting lots of basil and making pesto with that, and our beans that we planted when we first put in the garden are just now finally, there's one or a couple little beans right there. This compost that we got had nothing in it. It was just
terrible.
dead. And so we've really been, like I said, using a lot of fertilizer and trying to
The bumblebees are just loving all of this. I saw one this morning that was completely his whole body was pollen.
So another thing is our fennel. It is gone to seed and it never bulbed up, so that will be pulled out as well, and I'll figure out some sort of use for what we do have. All right, so here's the other side of our cucumber trellis, and there are a lot of cucumbers here to harvest, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see, I might need your help. No. And these have been so good. We did experience some bitterness with some of our cucumbers, but a majority of them have been really nice and sweet. I saw some down here. And we have honestly just been eating them fresh. I do not think I'm gonna do any kind of, like long-term storage this year. Unless we get a lot of tomatoes, which I'm still not 100% sure that we will. But this is probably one of our favorite things to eat as a lunch. This one's funny looking. Maybe a little watering issue.
Oh boy. There's a couple big ones in there.
Yeah. And this one is called Sugoi long. This, actually all of these cucumbers were a gift. Wow. It was like
Wow.
Bigger than my forearm. Try not to step on the... Wow. This one's even... Oh, there's a bug on me. And our cucamelons starting to take off. We haven't seen any blossoms on them yet, but they're finally kind of making their way up the trellis. And then the other side of the Kajari melon, it just looks so healthy. And then we have a nice big zucchini over here that's ready to harvest. That one could have probably been picked yesterday as well. Alright, so let's go over here and pick this coquito squash that needed to be picked. Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And maybe, what do you think? Do you think we should pick this yellow one right here?
Yeah.
It's actually a perfect size.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know we have a squash over on the outside that needs to be picked. We'll go out the back door. Alright, oh yeah. So this is a Costata Romanesco. Oh, goodness. There we go. That's actually, I think, the perfect size.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hold that? There's another yellow squash in here. Wow. So, oh, where did they go? Oh, it's right here. Our nasturtium finally bloomed, but as you can see, it has been eaten probably by the katydids. So we've got lots of tomatoes that are ready to be picked. This is the black strawberry, and honestly, these are delicious. We really enjoyed them, and I will definitely grow these ones again. This is a midnight snack. I'm still not, I don't remember if I planted these from saved seeds.
I think
or
so.
If they weren't, but look at how beautiful those are. The greenish yellow ones are green grape tomatoes. We also have this one opalka tomato that is very close, but I'm gonna let it ripen. Since we're controlling how much water the tomatoes get, I'm not worried about it splitting or anything, so we'll let it ripen. We are finally seeing more fruit set, and I was really worried that we weren't gonna get any tomatoes, but we were watching another channel And they said that it takes about 30 days from flower to being able to harvest the tomato, and we definitely still have that much time here in our growing season. So we're gonna just let them go. As you can see, like these black strawberry tomato plants, they are almost to the top of the greenhouse. They are doing so well, and they have so many tomatoes on there. But I wanted to show you guys too. So we planted a few different seeds in this one spot, and all 3 of them are a different color. This is the cut and come again zinnia, and there's this like beautiful kind of reddish orange color, and then this, I don't know, purple, and this kind of limey pink. It was just so cool to see the 3 different colors in one spot. We're gonna show you the herb pot because I am just so amazed, like the difference the herbs have made being in the greenhouse instead of outside. I mean, this time our oregano was like just barely even alive, and it's doing so much better. And we have officially filled every spot in the Dollar Tree green stock with just using the runners from the big plants. Levi has actually. He has kind of a really good green thumb.
My project.
And then, you know, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, this is stuff that we still haven't planted out. So these crocosmias we started from seed, and our plan was to put them down by our Bent Hitch Farm sign, but as you guys know, we're off-grid. We don't have an actual source of water except for rain, and so we really want to wait until probably this fall to plant some of this stuff out. This is lemon balm. These are 2 different kinds of mints, and then here is bee balm, and then as Levi showed you, the black-eyed Susans. Those are going to go outside. But we just haven't planted them out, and we've managed to keep them alive, surprisingly, even in these little pots. I think it's the fertilizer. As you can see, we have quite the collection here. Yeah. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and tackle getting these crops that are completely covered in the flea beetles, and then we're going to try and tackle them by spraying them with something, whether it be the spray we were using before, which was an alcohol, water and soap mixture, or if we're going to do just a soap and oil with water mixture. We're not really sure. We also would like to try and clean off the greenhouse to try and get as many of these flea beetles out of here, but we're not really sure. We're kind of thinking maybe we'll do our what is it, leaf blower method, where when we would get so many bees in here and they couldn't figure out, we would just blow them out with the leaf blower. So we might try to do that, and then close up the greenhouse, close the doors, but then just leave the screens on the doors open for airflow. I don't know. If you guys have any tricks, please let us know, because this is, oh, it's terrible. All right, this cabbage is beautiful. So we're gonna harvest this before those cabbage aphids and the flea beetles ruin it. Ugh, see.
Yeah, gotta get this out of here.
Yeah. Take those outer leaves off. Another thing we have noticed too is that the earwigs are making themselves at home on the insides of the cabbages. So we've had to be pretty diligent about watching out for those. But that's not too bad. I'll take it. I figure a garden tour wouldn't be a garden tour without actually enjoying your harvest. One's really good. I love tomatoes. All right, let's harvest these cabbages. Well, so we decided to just pull everything that was getting eaten by the flea beetles, and I'm not disappointed. I mean, we got a really nice harvest. Obviously this is the tiniest little cabbage head ever, but we'll still use it. And you know, hopefully we can beat this pest cycle and have an amazing either fall garden or garden for next year. So that'll be it for this one. We'll see you guys in the next one.